so I just got the, actually, let me explain something real quick. I finally came up with a good analogy for what we're doing here. So I have, imagine this is a horse, right? This is a dead horse, don't worry about that. The one, I don't know if you can see that. Right. No, that's the cavalier. Well, anyways, it's right outside there. This is a stallion's heart. This was a big old tumor on it. And let's just say the heart, you know, the part that, so this is like, these are the chambers of the heart here, and this is like something to do with the heart. I don't know, whatever. It's a bad analogy, but we're taking the cancer off. Then over there, can't really see it, but it's behind the snowmobile. We're giving it a, I guess you could say a pacemaker. No, that's a bad analogy too. Fuck. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna get this right. So we got just a stallion, okay? This is the stallion, okay? This is one of its legs. And one of its legs is just a gigantic tumor. The stallion is still in its prime. You know, it's an amazing racehorse and everything, but the cancer is gonna kill it. And it makes it a piece of junk, and it doesn't race well. So what we're doing, putting that bad boy on there, which has like a prosthetic leg. And acts like a prosthetic leg, and then bam, it ends up winning whatever the horse race is that's really big. I don't know, whatever. That analogy. But in any case, we got the 2-speed power glide transmission out of this bad boy, and got the motor out of it. You take the, for you, those of you who don't know, this is called a torque converter. This is what allows the engine to sit there and spin with your foot on the brake and in drive. It basically, there's like little turbines that go around it inside of here, and it moves fluid inside of there, and it's kind of like a pump, but it literally converts the torque from the engine to something that the transmission can use. Is the way that it's been explained to me anyway. So I'm gonna take that off, then get this thing on an engine stand, and then take pretty much the same process as last time, except this one still has a head and an intake manifold on it, all that fun stuff. So I'm gonna take all the accessories off, and then I'm gonna see if it's easy enough just to take this whole head off as a whole unit. I really don't want to have to unplug everything. And, my goal with this is to make it look nice, but at the same time, I'm kind of on a time crunch. I mean, I want to be able to drive the car for like a week before I go back to school, just in case it has problems. I have time to fix it before I'm at school and don't have a way to fix it. So yeah, although I want it to look nice and everything, probably what I'll end up doing if I run out of time or this is too difficult, I'll just paint the front half of the engine, because that's all you're going to see anyway when you pop the hood. So, but yeah. Alrighty, so I got the torque converter off, and they call it a flex plate, but it's basically just a flywheel for automatics. And I have the engine stand hooked up. Let's see, there's the output shaft in the motor. I put it on and then start taking the accessories off. Probably before I do that, actually, I'm gonna see how hard it is just to take this entire engine harness off, because that would make things a lot easier to get to and shit like that. So see if that's possible, and then continue on. Really? I knew that was gonna happen. Alrighty, so I got it on an engine stand. Put some cloth in the exhaust ports, and nothing got in there, but I just put a little coat of brake clean on it, and there's so much crud on this engine. Like, this is actually an engine plate right here. It should say D17A1, and you can barely even read it, but this engine's pretty dirty. I got the harness mostly taken off, all the coil pack and injector wires and then all the random sensors on there. Got that all taken off. I might be able to get this whole intake manifold off, which would be nice. So I can paint the back side of the engine, but if I can't, like I said, I'm just gonna do the front half of the engine, because you're really only gonna see from like here. You're not even gonna be able to see this, all this down here. But I thought I'd just spray a little bit of brake clean on and see what it does, but this engine's pretty nasty. So I'm gonna take the accessories off, and then yeah, we'll have to give her a nice spray down and clean it up. I barely even sprayed any, and that's what came off into the drip pan. So yeah, see what happens. Alrighty, so I got all 3 of the accessory pumps and alternator off. Sorry, 2 of the accessory pumps and the alternator off. I just started spraying it down with some engine degreaser and brake clean. It was actually cleaning up pretty well. You can see there where I've scrubbed a little bit compared to where I haven't, but it looks a lot better than this mess, which is what pretty much the whole engine looked like, or like that. That. So hopefully tonight I'll be able to get it cleaned up, and then tomorrow I'll clean it up a bit more, make it look real nice, and then we'll go pick out a paint color. Really don't know what color I want to do. There's part of me that just wants to go red, there's part of me that just wants to paint it some crazy color like purple or blue, or I mean blue would look pretty nice on black, but yeah, should come out pretty good though. Even just a painted engine block looks good, even if it was painted gray. So yeah, just finish cleaning it up, and then that'll be that. Alright, so it's been a lot of time actually between since the last time I shot, but I cleaned up the engine and I finally decided on a color. So we're going to go with a red block, and then that tan part on top there, the valve cover, is going to be black. So these are the AC compressor, how do you call that, mount, and then the mount for the power steering pump and alternator. They bolt on right here and right here, so those are going to be red. Maybe down the line I'll paint the AC compressor, the alternator, and the power steering pump black, but for now they're going to stay the stock color. This red looks pretty good. Wish it was a little darker, but for $6 at O'Reilly's, I guess you can't really complain. But this is just the first coat, so looks pretty good though. Yeah. Alrighty, so the engine is all painted up except for the valve cover. Probably gonna do that later. This paint came out really good though. So yeah. Right now I put the wheels back on the tan car. Just taking the light bar off and a couple other little things off, and then she's out of here. That's the end of that. But probably today we're going to pull the black car back in. I'm going to clean up that transmission and paint it, and then tomorrow, hopefully, my goal is tomorrow to have the black car, at least have the motor and the transmission in the black car, not necessarily running and all that, but yeah. Alrighty, so here's another little update. As you can see, the tan car is just right outside the, actually you can't see it, but it's right outside the door. I just swept up all the speedy dry. We're gonna get started on the transmission. Just clean this nasty thing up, and then paint it the same color as the engine over there, and then mate them together. I don't think that's gonna happen today, but hopefully soon. And then yeah, then we'll be dropping it into the car tomorrow, hopefully. Pretty much in the home stretch now, so that's good. But yeah. Alrighty, so we got her all cleaned up. Just waiting for some of that cleaner to dry that I can't really wipe off. I'm gonna give her some paint, and then hopefully tonight we can make the engine and transmission up. But we'll see. We'll see how much time this actually takes. But Yeah, looks pretty good though. Even even with it cleaned off, it looks a million times better than covered in grease and oil and all that shit. I still can't get to like that, but whatever, doesn't really matter. So, alrighty, so it's about 11 p.m. on Saturday night. I'm pretty much, well, I am done for tonight, actually. Not pretty much, I am done. I got the engine completely put back together mechanically. So, as you can see, painted valve cover. So this is what it's going to look like in the car. On camera, it looks like it's coming out a little bit more orange, but it is a darker red. So, valve cover came out very nice. You know, for $5 a can, and I only used 2 cans on the entire engine and transmission. It's not bad. I think it looks pretty good. I got all the accessories put back on to the engine. You got power steering, alternator, and AC. I'll put the belts on tomorrow. I need to clean these pulleys. I need to go buy some more brake cleaner, even though I've gone through like 1, 2, and there's a third one. Yeah, third one over there. 3 cans of brake clean just today. I'm pretty sure I was high for most of the day today because there was paint fumes and all that, but I think the transmission also came out pretty damn good too. I think a lot of this grime will come off once I take it down to the car wash, but that's the starter and then the slave cylinder that pushes this in and out. So I'm not going to paint those just because I think it gets a character. Whatever. I'm not really an artist, but yeah, I think it came out pretty good. That's pretty much it for tonight. Hopefully tomorrow. So tomorrow, once the valve cover is still a little wet, I put another coat on when it was on the engine, and fortunately a little bit of overspray going onto the paint, but it actually kind of looks nice. Once it's dry tomorrow, I'm gonna put the wiring harness back on. So lying right there. Put the wiring harness on, and then I also need some brake clean to clean up the clutch and the flywheel, which is hanging out underneath it actually. Then once that's taken care of, we'll make the transmission up to this engine for the first time, and then we'll pull the black car in and put it all together. Tomorrow, my ultimate goal is just to have the engine and transmission in the engine bay of the black car. Doesn't matter if they're running or not, just in the engine bay would be ideal. Like I've always, that was a really weird noise I just made, but I've always had that goal. I'm always trying to set goals, and I've noticed since I've been working on this project, when I set an actual timed goal, most of the time I get it done a lot faster. I mean, like the way that I came into this project was, I have a month to do whatever I want, and I might as well just get a project and work on it. But what I've realized is when I actually start setting goals, like, I'm gonna get the engine cleaned up and painted today, it actually happens. So yeah, so tomorrow my goal is to get the engine and transmission made it back up and into the black car. If I can get them running, that would be awesome, but I'm also working till 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow, so gonna be a little stretch for time, but who knows, maybe if I stay up till 11 like I did tonight, I won't be able to get them done. But thanks for watching, guys. I don't know if this is going to be the end of an episode. I've just been gathering a whole bunch of video, and I'm sure by the time this video is out, you'll see that I just edited them all together real quick and put them out. But I'm not quite sure if this is going to be the end of an episode or whatever. But yeah, also one last thing, I painted the oil paint, which looks a lot nicer now. But in any case, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you in the next.